It's been an hour since I took this dough out of the refrigerator. I mixed it and kneaded it last night before putting it in the refrigerator. Experimenting, I read that letting it slowly rise in the refrigerator overnight would allow the yeast to more slowly develop, which enhances the flavor. So that's what we're trying. Before I uncover this and beat it down and shape it, I want to read off the steps that went into making the dough. So first step was activating the yeast, mixing together 1 cup of warm water, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and only 3/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast instead of a whole packet for the quick rise. So I actually saved a little bit of yeast by enhancing the flavor and letting it slowly rise. While that yeast activated, I mixed the dough, which included 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 tablespoon of avocado oil that, after the yeast was activated, I mixed with this into a rough dough. And then I took the dough out of the bowl and lightly powdered my counter, lightly floured my counter, and I kneaded the dough, the playing with it part, the fun part, for 5 to 8 minutes or 20 maybe. I don't know. I was recording for a long time last night. I was very distracted, somewhat distracted. The cat came in and it was wanting to jump on the counter while I was kneading the dough and yada yada yada. It was a good time, but it was just a really long video. So after kneading it, I greased this bowl very lightly with my avocado oil and laid the dough in the bowl, and we let it rest for 45 minutes with a towel over it, not the plastic saran wrap, with just a towel over it, which allowed it to begin to rise. But as soon as it began to rise, after 45 minutes, I covered it tightly with this plastic wrap, and we put it in the refrigerator for overnight. And then I went to sleep, and then I woke up and I started doing my morning routine this morning after bringing the dough out and letting it sit on the counter for about an hour. And now we're here where we are ready to take this dough out of the bowl, punch it down, shape it into a loaf, place it on a greased pan, and then cover it with a towel and let it rise again for about an hour until it's puffy. So that's what we're going to do. Sleeves rolled up. Let's uncover it. Hands washed. Yes, yes. Very nice. In a desire of acquiring more knowledge and learning, I'm going to cut this in half, and we're going to make 2 loaves out of it instead of just one. I think those are good. I know those are good. Cover 45 minutes to an hour until it's puffy. It's been 45 minutes. They look good. I'm going to put these in the oven at 375 degrees, 25 to 30 minutes. Last time it was like 35. 25 minutes. for those 2 loaves is perfect. When I done the previous recipe with it all one loaf, I ended up cooking them for about 30 minutes. These things are hot, so I'm gonna have to pick it up and put it back down quick, but it's still not golden brown. I think that's because I used bleached flour. But it sounds hollow on the inside. We're going to let these cool on a wire rack for at least 20 minutes. I think the longer, the better. Before we do that, I'm working on this while the baking's going on. This is another video, roast pumpkin halves. Check it out. Good eating, good harvest time. I don't have a mass marketed wire rack, but I do have 2 clothes hangers, and it really works well. Those loaves turned out great. The crust, crunchy on the outside and fully cooled, chewy on the inside. Very good. I like that recipe more than the quick rise version of the same bread. The breads taste identical. The difference is I used 1/3 of the yeast in the slow rise. The dough sat in the refrigerator overnight instead of quickly rising it in an afternoon. Preparing the dough at night and letting it sit, and then I like that way better. I think that's the way I'll do it from now on. I'm out of all-purpose flour. So next, I'm going to be trying bread flour, more protein. I've been taking some time off this week from running, let my body recover after a marathon, so maybe I get back into that and have some extra protein and creating content. It's very fun, all of this. Thank you for being here. I'm so happy to be here doing this and trying new things and learning and having the ability to share it. Thanks.